What's good in the hoodie, y'all? It's me, Shine. Today I'm back with another video. This video today is going to be insane. It's not usually like the format that I usually do, but this video is going to be different. I'm going to be talking about a show. It's called Control Z. If you haven't heard of it, it's a Netflix show. Whatever, I'm getting to that in a minute. But the format of this video would be mostly a review. So it's not going to be, usually I have a title like review plus summary or summary plus review. This one's just going to be a review, but I am going to give a little overview for the people that want to tune in, listen to the overview, because then you can kind of get an understanding of what the show is about prior to, hearing my tools. You feel me? Bottom line, y'all not ready for this show. This is tea. This is tea. This is tea. I'm going to get more into like the way I'm going to explain everything in a minute. Mind you, Control Z is not a new show or anything, but it's a show I've been wanting to talk about because I want to start conversations. If you've ever watched the show, be in the twos in the comments. Let's have a chit chat discussion because I truly love this show. I think more people should watch it. And I feel like there needs to be more conversation. It is a Spanish show, by the way. It is Spanish, but yeah. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. So for the overview, I want to explain that Control Z is a Spanish drama that's on Netflix. It came out in May of 2020. 2020. For this overview, I did not write it. The source is going to be down in the comments so you guys can look at it, look at the source. But for the most part, I'm going to just say like the overall premise of this season. Of the show. So after a hacker begins releasing students' most intimate secrets to the whole school, social order at Caligo Nacional, which is the name of the school, is turned upside down. Popular kids become bullied, outcast gain status, and everyone's a suspect. Sophia, a social recluse and know-it-all with a penchant for deduction, must race against the clock to catch the hacker before they release more and more secrets. Along the way, she will learn to make friends, have empathy for others, and she might even fall in love. Basically, at this point, if you want to go tune in, if you want to go watch it and see what happens, you can go see. But for the ones that already watched it and want to hear the review, come on, let's get into it. So the way I'm going to format this review is that I'm going to be talking about all the characters in order for me to kind of make sure I say everything that I want to say about the show. Like, it's not even going to be necessarily a review till the end of the thing, but I just want to break it down and like really have a conversation around these characters. Starting with Rosita, my most favorite out of like the main cast and the main group of people, right? I don't think that she pissed me off. I don't think that she might have made me mad from time to time, but I don't think that she really did too much. So I'm cool with that character, right? I'm cool with her. That's enough on Rosita. I don't really have much to say about her, but besides that, she cool, she tight, we close. Next, Isabella. Isabella, if you don't remember, she's the trans girl from season 1. I was so hot for her. What do you mean my boyfriend exposed me? Oh, okay. What do you mean my boyfriend exposed me for being trans? Keep in mind, he's exposed me for being trans. Then when that got spread out to the whole school, because the boyfriend told the hacker, right? The hacker told everybody. And then Pablo wanted to act like he had no clue. Y'all was having sex at the school. I don't. And then you wanted to act like you don't rock with her and everything like that. Like you cool off her because she's exposed. But it's like you knew you was fine with it until everybody knew now it's a problem. Even though you the one that told everybody. But I was upset that she left season 1. Like, they said her reasoning was because she left the school. I don't know what the reasoning was for the actor, or if that was actually, like, the whole point. Like, yeah, she was only going to get screen time for season 1. But bottom line, I just wish that she did stay. But then I also know that it would have been hell. But then another part that gags me is the fact that, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. Hold on. Let me make sure I make that note. Next, speaking of Pablo's stupid self. First of all, if I ever send you a picture of Pablo, just know that that means I'm beating you up on sight. There's no talking at all. There's none. It's me and you on sight. That's first of all. But second of all, Pablo's stupid. I'm sorry, I didn't like Pablo because first of all, you were so mad at the hacker. I don't want to even say his name right now. But you were so mad at him because he exposed your secrets that you had going on. But keep in mind, you was cheating on your trans girlfriend. You exposed, bottom line, you exposed that your girlfriend was trans. I don't care about that. Nope. The only secret that Isabella exposed of you was that you had a big one. You had a big one. That's literally the only thing that she exposed about you. And then you wanted to be you were so mad. And then, not only that, but then you was cheating on Isabella with Maria. And then you got exposed for that. And then you wanted to say, like, oh, that's the reason why our relationship ended, you and Isabella's relationship. But you was already cheating on her. And then you was supposed to the whole school that she was trans, when you was the only one that knew. And then you wanted to act transphobic to her when the whole thing came down to it. But then you want to act, but then you wanted to beat old dude self up every single time you seen him, which was like, yeah, he needed to get beat. But you the wrong one to do it because you didn't have no reason to really do that. Everything that happened was really set in your place. Speaking of Maria, let's get into her, right? Maria, I needed you to fall back behind your sister. I didn't need you to step for your sister the way you did. I get it. Natalia, your sister. I understand that. But first of all, you was wrong because why was you sleeping with Pablo when you knew he had a girlfriend? That was wrong. You get pregnant by him. Oh yeah, speaking of pregnancy, let's talk. So Maria get pregnant by Pablo. Cool, right? I think she didn't want to keep, correct me if I'm wrong. Right. I'm pretty sure she did not want to keep the kid and Pablo really wanted her to keep it. First of all, Pablo, keep Maria's name out your mouth. I'm going to need you to not do that. Oh, and I was mad that she told him. That's the part that pissed me off. That's what I didn't like. Because it was like, girl, if you was fixing to figure out if you could keep this kid or not, don't tell him. Keep it closed. Thank you. You were running around here pregnant, but they're running behind your sister trying to get her safe from the kidnappers. And they're stressing over that. Baby, no. No. Speaking of her sister, let's get into it. Y'all not ready. I could really sit here and talk about Natalia all day. Give it to me. I don't care. I don't like Natalia, period. Y'all can argue with y'all mama. Y'all can argue with y'all daddy. Y'all can argue with y'all grandma. I don't care. You're not fixing to argue with me. Natalia was probably is worse than a hacker. Worse than the murderers in this whole entire show. Natalia, you sat there and was acting like you was just this richest girl in the school. Whole time you're stealing from school funds. And then got caught up in that because the hacker exposed your secret that you was stealing from school funds. Then you made fun of everybody because they dressed cheap and they weren't wearing expensive things. Whole time you was broker than them. Okay. Right. Next. Then you decided the way to get the money back is by becoming part of a drug dealer situation and started dealing drugs to people. Okay, cool. You lose the drugs and they end up kidnapping you until they get their money back, right? So then Maria has to come, her pregnant self dealing with, now has to deal with the stress with trying to, mind you, your sister younger than you, keep that in mind, right? So she dealing with her own situations, but then she decides, okay, I'm gonna steal this money from Raul and all them. I'm gonna steal this money from them, and I'm gonna come and get you from the kidnappers, which she did. Then y'all do y'all twos, right? And I'm not even gonna talk about Natalia's relationship with Javier. Yeah, I can't do that right now. No, ma'am. Actually, yeah. I will talk about that. I will talk about that. Rewind before she becomes a part of this drug dealer situation. You gonna try to sleep with Javier dad, mind you. Javier your boyfriend at this point. You try to sleep with his dad with your sister, so have a threesome with your sister. Record it because y'all high schoolers. Record it, and then wanting to expose it on the internet, but then you get caught up by your boyfriend. No, and then you didn't even want to expose the video. You wanted to extort him because you wanted to get the money out of him. Okay, keep that in mind, right? You try to extort your boyfriend's dad. Okay, who is, by the way, a famous soccer player. Okay, Maria saves you from getting kidnapped, killed, murdered. Then y'all on the beach with each other, right? She's over here dealing with so much stuff. Your sister's sitting here crying for help, saying that she's dealing with so much stuff. And you have the nerve to sit there and not pay her no mind. Still being disrespectful. Still not considering nobody else. To the point where your sister ended up killing herself. Mind you. So you drove your sister to kill herself, right? Then you come to Sophia for help. The girl you've been talking mess about this whole entire time. The girl you stole her man. Okay. You come to her to help. Okay. She helps you out. Don't know why. Can't piece together why. Okay. And then you still have the nerve to be disrespectful to her. Towards everybody. And then want to play victim and be like, oh, well, my sister died. But I truly can't. I put this on everything I love. I can't do her. That's a character that pissed me off beyond means. Because what do you mean? Like, your sister literally killed herself because of you? Like, that was one of the main things. And then you sat there and still was disrespectful to people that were trying to help you out. You were sitting there on your knees with your hand out and still being disrespectful. I can't do it. The one person I did deal with it though, Javier. Now let's talk about him. What a disappointment. I mean, let's just be frank. When Javier came into the picture, we knew what it was. We loved Javier. No, ma'am. He lost me the second he got with Natalia. You friends. First of all, you're not even friends. Y'all was beyond friends. But you had a crush on Sophia. You knew Natalia would treat Sophia like dirt. Yet again, you still dating Natalia? What? All because Sophia wanted to mess around with Raul? Which, that's that business. But that don't mean get with Natalia. I'm sorry. You could have gone with any other person in the show. I would even let you get with Alejandra. And I don't like Alejandra. But I would have let you get with Alejandra before I can't. Not Natalia. No, man. And what you did at the end, yeah. That's how you do it. When you had that conversation with Sophia. Now, I'm going to get into that conversation in a minute. I can't get into it right now. That's exactly how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. Next, speaking of people I hate more than Natalia, Alejandra. You weird. You weird. And surprisingly, I still hate Natalia over you. But after what you did, that's when you know Natalia had to piss me off. Because after what you did, the way, like, I don't think you guys understand, right? I don't think you understand. Alejandra did what she did. We all know what she did. She tried to murder people in the name of Luis. Going down Luis's mom's house. Faking kidnapping, extortion. You did all of that to, one, try to get with a teacher that did not want to be with you, that moved to another country and did her own thing. That's tea about it. After everything happened and they exposed you for being the person that did all this crazy stuff, the next season you wanted to come in and be like, oh, I want to come to the parties and stuff like that. Why? Why? They need more in these shows. It's just people bopping. I'm gonna need more of that. And the reason is that the only person we have right now in this season that really like was Pablo. But Pablo, I didn't like the fact that he was doing it because it didn't make sense for what he was doing. Like, hey, I get it. You beat up Raul every time. Like, when I send a picture of Pablo, that means I'm beating you up every single time I see you. Every single time. I'm not going to miss a beat. There's somebody to put their hands on Alejandra, because the way I really watched it, and I was truly filled, like, I've never been angry at a character besides Natalia. And Natalia pissed me off. I think I dang near cried one time because of how much Natalia really got under my skin. Alejandra, you wrong. I'm sorry. And then you want to come in and play victim the next season. Why are you playing victim? What? All in the name of Luis. A person that didn't like her. And then speaking of Luis, come front and center. Your time not up just yet. Luis, I don't know. It was up until he got to the hospital. I messed with Luis. I felt bad for him, right? But you thought he was going to have like a certain play. He did have a big part, but he had a big part after he already died. Well, not died, but really like went to the coma and then died and everything. Luis, first of all, you stupid as hell. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be frank. You liked Gerry. The point where you just loved being bullied by him or whatever, and you was afraid to come out as gay, this, that, and the third. I get it. What pissed me off was the fact that you sat there and wrote a whole entire journal things and drew out pictures of you murdering and killing, or these people in your school dying. I'm sorry, there was some names I understand you having in there, but the fact that you didn't have Gerry's in there, okay, weirdo. Anyway, and then you had Sophia in there. Yeah, Sophia never really stuck up for you personally. She just didn't want to see that happen. So she, like, when she was just in her moods, she would stick up for you. But at the end of the day, for her being the person she was, and you have, okay, yeah. Not to say I'm glad that you died. Not at all. That spot should have been saved for Natalia, Alejandra, or Raul. I'll get into the reason why Raul should have been there. Y'all already know if you know. But that spot should have been saved for them. It didn't need to be saved for you. I think I cried when you went to the hospital. No. Speaking of the you going to the hospital, let's talk about Gerry, because the one that put you in there. Gerry, first of all, season 1, no. Can't do it. Can't do it. I'm upset that they made me love you in season 2 and season 3. Because it was just like you really got to understand his character a lot more. So I end up really enjoying his character, sadly. Because it's like after what he did in season 1, I truly thought I was never going to like his character anymore. But I did. I'm sorry. I really, truly did. Next, let's get into Sophia. Sister, come here. First of all, you are so weird. I loved you in season 1. I loved you in season 2. I was even behind you for half of season 3. Even when you first got with Raul, and that's the part that really got me, because I was confused, but I was like, okay, I get it, whatever. You know, exposing secrets, that's one thing. But I'm sorry, after everything happened, that it happened, and then after Javier told you, first of all, the part that would have got me and would have had me like, no, I'm not even messing with Raul, period, was when he got my dad arrested. Are you serious? Not only did he get your dad arrested, not only that caused you and your mom to lose the house, lose things, being financial. Okay, Javier gonna tell you at the end of the thing, oh, it's Raul, and you sit there, cool off it. Why you still messing with him though? That's the part that gets me, and that's the part I don't understand. I needed, first of all, I would love another spinoff of the show where it's them probably older and it's some type of something that pop off. It's some type of something. It's Sophia finally getting her revenge. She need her revenge on Raul. I don't care. I refuse to see him believe that she truly ended up getting with Raul and like actually being in love with him. I can't. And speaking of Raul, let's bring him in. Let's bring him in the room. How you doing? Raul, I have to give it to you. The way he even, first of all, came up with it. Mind you, right? All of this happened because he was too afraid to ask Sophia out. All them beatings that Pablo gave you was deserved. And more. For what you did. It got to the point where I did feel bad for you at one point. Because Pablo beat you up. I never... First of all, when Pablo say on sight, it truly meant... Like, when he chased Raul through that gay club, and even went to pay to get into that VIP section just to beat Raul up. That's commitment. That's the type of energy that was needed throughout this whole entire show. Did all of this. You got her dad arrested. You got someone killed. You have murder under your name. Extortion. You got 2 people killed. Mind you, actually it's more than that. Because you got Bruce. Speaking of Bruce, you got Bruce killed. And then blamed everything on Bruce. Bruce had nothing to do with it. We haven't seen Bruce since season 1. What do you mean he was behind everything since season 3? The point where I really mentally put together that, yeah, it has to be Raul, was at one point in season 3, they was exposing secrets. The only secret that they had of Raul was the fact that he was still in love with Sophia while living under Javier's house. Javier, you stupid as hell. And then that's the part that got me was because Javier wanted to act like it was such a surprise. He told you he was... what are you saying? He told you he was still in love with your girlfriend. Because at the time, Sophia and Javier was together. What? What do you mean you didn't know Raul? Just because Sophia broke up with Raul doesn't mean Raul just all of a sudden not gonna have feelings for Sophia no more. Not after all the stuff he pulled in season 1. After basically when Javier exposed you at the end, which I believe is 100% true, Raul, you need help. I'm sorry. You got your parents arrested. You got people put into jail, extortion charges, murder. You have killed people, put people in comas. You have exposed secrets. You exposed old girl was trans in season 1, ruined her life. You ruined, no. That's why I would love if there's a spinoff show where Sophia get her revenge. I need that. And then it's the fact that you love Sophia so bad that you did all this. Yet again, you ruined her life as well. Can't do it. that's it for the characters. As it comes to the overall show, one of the things that I like, or I don't know if I necessarily like, but it was the fact that we got to see like the popular people become less than. Like we saw them became irrelevant. We saw them really like question the people that they hang around with. Because you notice like in this popular group, none of them were really friends with each other. None of them really liked each other. Sophia, she didn't like anybody there. She wasn't even a part of their group for real. They only had her along because they wanted her to solve the issues, which is why y'all in this predicament to begin with, because y'all bad people. Anyway, and then Maria, she wasn't even supposed to be involved to begin with. She wasn't even supposed to be here. But Natalia's stupid self brought her in. Okay, cool, right. When it pertains to all the popular people, it was crazy that you really had to see. Like, it literally got to the point where they became way less than what their potential was. Originally was. Like, you would have thought that they would have been crazy successful or like they was just gonna be like this top people. But it's like after things settled, after everything happened, less. Overall, I think this show is a really good show though. Like overall, I truly am passionate about this show. As you could tell, I love it really like so much. There are some things that I just didn't like about it that I feel like were poorly written. Other than that, I'm sorry, I'm here for it. I did, like I said, if you want to watch it, it's on Netflix. It's called Control Z. It is a Spanish show. I watched it dubbed, which sucks a little but it's honestly not that bad. Like, it's one of the best dubbed things I've ever watched for a show. Yeah, that'll be it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below. Yeah, see ya.